What do we want? Hot tech! When do we want it? Now! Okay. The Sea Otter Classic in California is North America's biggest bike show with over 300 brands exhibiting. I'll be honest, I actually lost count. Now, there is a whole load of new hot tech, so I'm going to bring you the very best of road and gravel. But before I start, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoy this type of content, and if you want more, then subscribe to GCNTech, because we bring you the coolest, hottest stuff on the planet on a regular basis, and we value your support. Right then, on with the show! Always wanted to say that. Vision have got a couple of very tasty new bits for us, starting with these wheels. So the SC line, a prime example of trickle-down tech. Okay, so the SC line have just received a huge update, basically, and so they now share the same aerodynamic profiles as the more premium Metron line. So this is the SC45, there's also an SC60, the numbers referring to the depth, of course. So they perform it in a wind tunnel and out on the road, the same as the Metron ones. They're slightly heavier, as you'd imagine, but only by 150 grams a pair, and they are considerably less expensive than that premium Metron line. That's a very cool looking wheel. Then we got these new handlebars. So the 5D ACR series has got an update. So this is the 5D ACR Evo. Now, quite a lot of bike brands spec these as standard on their bikes because they're perfect for integrated cabling. And part of the update for this is actually the path that the internal cables take has been modified, and that's allowed Vision to shed 60 grams off the original version, but also I think something I'm even more excited about is the ergonomics has changed. So I've never seen this before, but they're selling the handlebar with two different depths of tops there. So this is the XL version. It basically depends on how wide your hands are or what you want your handlebars to feel like in your hand, which I think is a really nice touch, actually. And then also they've changed the ergonomics on the drops there as well. Look at this, a badass Aero road bike, not unfortunately called the Praying Mantis, although looking at it you'd think it should be, but it still has a very cool name, don't worry. So it's made by Sava, so that's a brand that manufactures in China, originated in Germany, and it's just breaking into the US market, haven't been in Europe for 20 odd years. Anyway, this is called the Dream Maker, and it looks so rude, doesn't it? So these wide fork legs attached directly to the handlebars for aerodynamics, they say, and also for stiffness. Not UCI legal currently, which makes it even cooler in my book, but apparently they are in talks with the UCI. But unbelievably, so this bike with 105 retails for just under $5,000. Feels like a lot of bike for $5,000, and it'll definitely turn heads at the calf. Have a look at this from Redshift. So it is a riser drop handlebar, if that's not a contradiction in terms. So Redshift, you'll be familiar with, they're famous for their suspension stems, suspension seat posts. Connor Dunn, GCN presenter, is obsessed with his. But this handlebar, there's no suspension. It's all about comfort and bike fit, okay? So for a more casual rider who's not obsessed with aerodynamics or going fast, a higher front end can be more comfortable. And so this handlebar allows you to go up either 50mm or 70mm, depending on which one you choose. But they're also pointing out that it can be quite good for people who've bought a bike that doesn't fit them, so the front end's too low, or maybe they've cut the steerer tube. And so you can then get the position that you need on a bike where you might have abandoned all hope. Or the other thing, which I really like, is instead of having a stem flipped up, so it's pointing upwards, this means you can still get the aesthetic of a nice negative or flat stem, but you get the position you need. Small thing perhaps, but I like that. The other thing as well, can you see they've got a handlebar bag here, and actually it gives you a much more secure place to mount a handlebar bag. It stops it rattling around against your head tube and scratching your paintwork. So there we go. Enamoured with that. I know what you're thinking. Oh yeah, this is the new POC Procen Air. Now, we've seen it a lot already this year being used and winning copiously with Team EF Pro Cycling, with whom actually POC collaborated for 2 years on the design of this, but it's officially being released here at Sea Otter in time for Liège-Bastogne-Liège. Now then, POC and EF Pro Cycling are both very, very stylish outfits, so you might be wondering, what's going on? But the fact is, this helmet is ridiculously fast. up to 20 watts at pro racing speeds. We're talking like 45 to 50k an hour, but actually still 5 watts faster at 30k an hour. So it is legitimately a game changer. So there we go. And the honest answer is when you're wearing it, you can't see it. So let's just go for it. This is a sign of things to come. Pretty sure I'm walking slightly faster. We stopped by at Prologo to see this. Permit me, if I may, to remove the glass case. This is the Nago R4 saddle. So they launched the shape back in September last year, but this one, as you can see, is 3D printed. It's Prologo's first 3D printed saddle, and they're claiming it's the lightest 3D printed saddle on the market at 149 grams, which is very cool. And then next to it, now, very interested to see this. This is the new 3D printed bar tape. I was reading about it on the GCN website because a lot of pros were using it at Paris-Roubaix, and here it is. So you've got these like slightly raised, soft little tubes embedded in the tape. The idea being it increases grip, but also a little bit of shock absorption as well. So that's very cool. There you go, look. Onetouch 3D. Oh, and by the way, last thing from Prologo, Tom Pidcock, I know you'll be watching. Here's your new saddle. I know you haven't seen it yet, but well, it looks very nice. Take it from me. Wolftooth, the American brand who make everything from their home in Minnesota, already make 300 different types of chain rings and sizes and varieties, and they're adding one more to the list, which is this one, yet to be released. It is a 1x Aero chain ring with the 8-bolt fitting for SRAM. It's very cool indeed. And also, I noticed there is a newish headset on here as well for integrated cables. This is Rab. Feels a bit weird coming to see such a legendary British mountaineering company at Sea Otter in California, but their bike range that they launched last year has been doing great things. They got 3 new pieces now. So they got the Windveil vest. They got this t-shirt, the Cinder Crimp tee, which is like a super lightweight casual riding top. And then they got this one, which is the track jersey, which is like a little bit more technical with the zip on it, but super cool stuff. I got to wear it in the Himalayas last year on that epic trip. Sage are based just outside Portland, Oregon, and they've been selling their USA-made titanium frames for 12 years now, but I've never had the pleasure of seeing one before. This is one of their gravel models. It's not actually new, but it's had some updates, they say, including now 3D printed titanium dropouts and chainstay yoke. They've also integrated the cables. This is their own custom stem, which looks super slick, doesn't it? And I've got to say, I was complimenting them on the paint job, and they said, oh, no, that's not paint. That's Cerakote, which is a ceramic-based powder coat that then bonds with the titanium underneath for a durable finish. I've got to say, it's not something I ever knew I wanted, but now I do. Honestly, we've barely scratched the surface. There's more that way, there's more that way, and there's more that way as well. So make sure you stay tuned to GCNTech for another video dropping for you. And like I said, actually, if you subscribe to the channel, then you're already in the right place. Anyway, give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it.